Hello, Wally. How are you doing?
I'm doing great, Jake. Thanks for having me today.
Thanks for being with us. We appreciate your time and your effort for making this interview happen. So, before we dive into your trading strategy, your trading style, can you a little bit introduce yourself to the community?
Yeah, my name is Wally. I'm a Nigerian. I'm a Canadian-based Nigerian. I've been in Canada for about 8 years. I also work in the fintech industry. I'm a cybersecurity consultant. I've been in the trading space for about 7 years. Um, it took me about 4 to 5 years afterward before I could start to like find consistency and profitability. So at the end of the day, this journey has really refined me as a person. It's built me.
Mhm.
It's helped me build character, and most importantly, what this journey has taught me is I can go into the world and get whatever I put my mind to. Because this
Yeah.
journey really turns it into a completely different person. And so far, I've been trading with EH for about 3 years. It's been amazing. I like it. I like the platform. I like everything about
We,
it. And
we appreciate it. And overall, how long have you been trading?
7 years.
7 years. And what led you to step into the realm of trading?
Okay, so at the end of the day, I'm all about two things in life: freedom and impact. So at the end of the day, um, when I started to look out for opportunities out there, I was looking out for opportunities that could help me get freedom, not just financial freedom, but freedom of my time as well. And
Mhm.
but there's so much when I look at trading, the upward potentials is so much upward potentials, and
Yeah.
this is gonna, be able to help me build the life of my dreams and be able to make impact in my community as well. So
Mhm.
that's how I got into trading.
And how did you obtain the expertise, the knowledge for trading, so you can give some tips for beginners who start into trading to know where to start?
Yeah, well, for me, like I learned the really harsh way. I learned a very hard way. I got carried away by the social media gurus.
Hmm.
Paying for courses, paying for signals, getting scammed. So
Mm.
that wasted like 4 years of my journey because I was running from strategy to strategy, from guru to guru. So I had to take a step back, and now find the right mentor whose
Mm.
strategy aligns with the kind of person I am. And the crazy thing about it is the person whose strategy I'm using right now doesn't flaunt
Mm.
the lifestyle, doesn't flaunt the jets, doesn't flaunt the Rolexes, doesn't flaunt the
Yeah.
Lamborghinis.
Well,
Very simple person. Which I met in a different community. So at the end of the
mhm.
day, like in this journey, less is more. That's what I tell people.
Yeah.
Less is more. That's what I tell people.
Yeah. Talking about your strategy, can you maybe be a little bit more specific? What is your strategy, and even show us the example of how do you
Yeah, so,
trade?
so for me, I look for three things in the market. I identify trend, I look for liquidity, and I look for either other blocks or fair value gaps. So those three
Hmm.
things, I'll be glad to share my screen and you'll just show you,
Yeah, we would
how. Yeah.
appreciate that if that be possible.
All right, just give me a minute.
Yeah, no problem.
Okay, perfect. So my favorite pair is XAUUSD.
Mm.
XAUUSD is my favorite pair of all time. At the end of the day, one thing I look out for is I always want to identify the trend. So right now, gold is bullish. But when I come into the market at the beginning of the week, I always want to identify what my weekly time frame looks like. And
Hmm.
for now, all gold tells me is when a bullish momentum, there's no reason to look for sales yet. But one thing I'm always going to look for when I go on the weekly, I identify my trend on the weekly time frame. I come down to the daily time frame, identify the trend, and I'm able to identify where we are in the market. So I've been riding gold buys from I think this point. I've just been catching the higher lows because when I
Hmm.
switch on the daily time frame, um, I can see like a complete bullish trend. I can identify the trend is bullish, and when I identify the trend is bullish, I've seen numerous breakout structures. And what the market's done here, the market has come in here into this fair value gap to identify to pick up liquidity.
Okay.
So the market has come into this point to into this fair value gap to grab liquidity. It's broken structure to the upside. So even on this daily time frame, it was easy for me to catch these buys again because the market came back into the fair value gap, to The markets come back to grab liquidity into the fair value gap. So I come down to the 1 hour to 1 hour to get my entries, and I've just been riding the buys because I know we are bullish. If you look in here again, I was able to catch this buy from this position because this is a textbook setup for me. Um, I'm able to identify the break of structure under 1 hour, so I know I'm bullish from the weekly to the daily. I'm able to identify the break of structure, pull back, market to grab liquidity, and I always set my stop loss below either the other block I'm using or the fair value gap. So if under one
Okay. Yeah.
hour, if under 1 hour I'm identifying a fair value gap. So on this 1 hour time frame here, I knew there's a rejection of this fair value gap. So once I'm entering to get limited stop loss, uh,
Mm.
I put it
Hmm.
below the fair value gap. And in most
Okay.
cases, what I try to look for in gold, I always try to look for 1:3. So if I'm mixing, most times it's 1:3 for me. That's how I get my setups in gold. So this week I'm also just patiently waiting for gold to get buys. If you were attentive this morning, this was a very easy catch for me this morning. The market broke structure in the Asian session. The market broke this high in the Asian session. It came back just before London session to grab liquidity in this 30-minute fair value gap, and it was easy for me, to grab a quick 100 pips in this morning. Um, this was clean 1 to 2 to fuel back the Asian high. So it's pretty straightforward. Pretty straightforward.
Yep.
For me. I don't try to complicate things. I'm looking for market trends. I'm looking for fair value gaps or other blocks, and I'm looking for liquidity grabs, and I pull the trigger. So that's really the strategy I use.
Yeah, the strategy looks kind of simple, but that's maybe the advantage. Sometimes traders trying to overcomplicate the trading and then get lost in the game.
Mhm.
So this looks kind
Yeah,
of clear, and I
like
like that.
less is more. I try to keep it
Hmm.
simple. I don't use any indicators, nothing. Pure price action. Identify the trend. Look for your breakup structure. Wait for liquidity to be grabbed on the 30 minutes or 1 hour. Fair value gaps or other blocks, and you pull the trigger. So it's
Yeah,
pretty
yeah.
straightforward. At the end of the day, like what I tell people, this journey is very very personal. For different traders, you're gonna go through different phases, face different challenges, but you dare not give up. You dare
Yeah.
not give up. I've been here for 7 years. I've seen it all. I've seen the bad days. I've seen the good days. You know, I gave up on this journey over 100 times. Call family and friends, say, "Hey, I can't do this anymore." But I'm in love with this. It's not just it's gone beyond trading for me now. It's a lifestyle for me.
Yeah.
So like I'm connected to this. I love it. I love the process. I love everything about it. I love how much it has transformed me as a person. So like you just have to lock in and stay focused to the game.
And with this strategy of yours, how frequently you take the trades? I mean, is it just two
In,
trades a week, or
in a
is it?
week, 2 3 trades. So I
Okay.
trade between GJ, gold, and GJ. So if I'm not seeing anything on gold, I switch to GJ. I'm gonna see opportunities. I'm catching like 3 trades in a week. 3 trades in a week, pretty simple. And I don't aim for perfection, but at least in a week, if I'm taking 3 trades, I know I'm winning 2 out of 3 trades because of my strategy, which keeps me profitable. And
Yeah.
my payouts, speak for themselves.
Yeah. Can you remind us how much have you earned with us so far?
With E8, I've earned well over 20k trading with E8. I've earned well over 20k with E8.
That's
I'm
really
trading
impressive.
across four that different prop firms. I try to spread it across. So, but with E8, I've done well over 20k.
That's really impressive. Good job.
Thank you.
Uh, do you have any tips that would you give to beginners who start in trading? Some things they should avoid and something they should stick to when they
Well,
start trading?
few things for beginner traders. This is not a get rich quick scheme, and you must have a why. You must have a why you're getting into trading because this journey is gonna test you. This journey is really gonna test you. It's gonna test you. It's gonna ask you questions. It's gonna ask you if you really want it. So you must have a why. You must have a vision. For me, it's gone beyond the money. I'm really focused on building a life of the life of my choice. The life of my dreams and creating impact in my community. So that's why I stuck to this, even on the worst of days, on the bad days, I stuck to this. And for me, what I tell traders is you must have a why, you must have a vision why you're getting into this, and when that comes, you must think numbers, not money. Think percentage,
Yeah.
not money. When you're thinking money, it doesn't help you grow. So the way I help myself is, I think about my ROI, my percentage, and that's really, been able to help me, to pull in private investors, private partners into my private equity company. So this is really what my advice to traders: take the pain, take the process, focus on the process, not the money. The results will come.
Yeah, understand. Is it the freedom that you were talking about before that you pursue in trading, or is it more than just the freedom? Is it
No,
the way you love the trading, or
no. The freedom it gives me to be able to
yeah?
go after other things in life. Yeah, I quit my six-figure job in tech. I quit my six-figure job in tech about 6 months ago. Now
Well,
I'm trying to build my private equity company. This helps me. The freedom it helps me. I'm able to make money, go connect with potential partners that can help me, go into other businesses. This is like I tell people, money is just a tool. Money is a tool. So I see trading as that opportunity, that stepping stone to be able to help me leverage in the real world and in the real life business.
yeah. Talking about finding the partner, can you please a little bit collaborate? Why did you choose us as your trading ally?
Okay, so when I started to get into prop firms, I realized a lot of young kids, started to set up prop firms just to make money. So for me, I do a lot of research on the CEOs of these companies because at the end of the day, I'm a very exposed man. I've worked in the corporate world for well over a decade. I understand processes and I understand to be able to build a company, you need individuals who understand processes. So I did a research on different companies, their CEOs, the CEO of E8, um, Declan Elman. I know
Yeah,
I did
yeah,
a research
Dylan.
on it. Yeah, he's launched other companies, so you understand the processes of building businesses, building processes, building people. So for me, it's the man behind the job that really matters. The man behind the company that really matters. If I'm going to
Yeah,
go with a prop firm, and
understand
that's why
that.
I chose E8, and the platform is very seamless. The customer support very seamless, very user friendly, and
Yeah,
that's
we
why.
appreciate that review once again. What do you think was the most difficult during the evaluation process?
The most difficult in doing the evaluation process. So what I tell people, before you come into prop firms, you need to have an edge. And when you have an edge, then you come into prop firms. If you don't have an edge, I mean, you're just going to be running in circles. You're just going to be running in circles, running in circles. But when you have an edge, you're laid back because you're waiting for your edge to show up, and you can wait 2 days, 3 days for this edge to show up before you pull the trigger. So the most difficult part of the evaluation is, when traders don't have an edge, they get a jump here and there, and it really, really messes up the game for them.
Yeah. I think that all of my questions has been already answered. So I really appreciate you for taking the time and the effort to make this interview happen. We really appreciate you also as a trader. So you're trading with us.
Thank
And
you for having me. Thank you for having me, Jake. It's a pleasure. Um, I'll continue to work with you.
yeah, I most definitely see us on one more interview in the future once you get earn even more. So
Absolutely,
looking forward
absolutely,
to it.
absolutely. My lines are open. I'm always open for the collaboration with you guys.
Okay. Thank you for your time.
All
Take
right.
care.
Thank you, Jake. Enjoy the rest of your day.